Plenty to talk about as they get ready for their third week of training camp, and the Texas Rangers are hoping for the best when it comes to one of their young stars. For a preview of tonight's instant replay, joining us in-house once again, Larry Ramirez.
It's nice to be back in-house, I'll tell you that.
It's nice to see you here.
But you know what's not nice is the fact that Josh Young from MacArthur High School here in San Antonio got hurt today. So Josh Young has been a mainstay in one of baseball's best lineups, and he's a key reason the Rangers are in first place. Coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
We had an x-ray. He's got a fractured left thumb there, and that's all I can give you right now.
That's Rangers skipper Bruce Bochy telling the media that Josh Young has a fractured left thumb. So what's next in the process for Young as the Rangers figure out what to do? Mary Rominger will have the latest.
There seems to be less music during practice. Is that?
Why did you bring that up? I mean, what are you trying to do? You don't like it?
Why might be?
So what? When the players come to me about that, I'm coming after you.
Mike McCarthy having some fun with a member of the media when he was asked about not playing music during practice at training camp, but Coach has a very good reason why he's not blasting beats over the loudspeakers in Oxnard.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy because he didn't play here for all those years he was here, so the fans love him.
Houston Texans feel they got it right when they hired D'Amico Ryans to be their next head coach. And from listening to players like corner Tavi Thomas, they certainly did. D'Amico is a player's coach, and they love it. Plus, we're talking SAFC, the Women's World Cup, and what should the Cowboys do with Dak Prescott in the preseason? Play him or sit him? That's our poll question tonight. That, and you'll get to know the latest member of KSAT12 sports team. It's all tonight on Instant Replay.
Sit him and wrap him in bubble wrap.
Exactly.
Thanks, Larry. We'll see you again in a bit. Still to come, recruitment numbers are nearing record lows for the military. After the break, find out how the armed forces are still trying to bring in the best of the best to serve.
Plus, a warning for others. A San Antonio pet owner is distraught after falling victim to a scam. What she says to do so this doesn't happen to you.
I want to get you back out to that breaking news we've been telling you about, a large apartment fire over on the northwest side off of Gus Eckert tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go back to our Camelia Juarez, who's been out there all night. And we know, Camelia, that you just heard from Fire Chief Charles Hood.
That's right, Tim and Courtney. I'm here at the Frederick Apartments off of Fredericksburg Road. It was a 3-story apartment that was burned down. Again, the fire has been contained, but Fire Chief Charles Hood has more about what happened tonight.
This is a 3-story unit building, and so we have lost this whole building. So as you can see, the fire behind us, it was really advanced when we got here. We had challenges with the wind. We had challenges with the elevation, and we had water issues, supply issues, as far as trying to get water on this fire. Right now, we're reporting that the building has not been cleared completely, so we're going to have to go in at some point in time and do a secondary search on that 3rd floor and the rest of the building. At the advanced stages of the fire, we were unable to do that and had to go defensive immediately. We have evacuated everyone, and we have VIA buses that are going to come out, and we can put them in. We're going to have to figure out a place for these people to live tonight, and a lot of people here have lost all of their belongings, so it's very sad.
That's right. We've seen a lot of people walking around crying. They have nowhere to stay tonight. But for now, I'll take it back to you in the studio. Tim, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you, Camelia.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that story as we learn more throughout the coming hours.
Something we've been talking a lot about is that wind that made it so difficult. They called it a wind-fueled fire when Chief Hood was talking about that. Mia, we heard earlier it was 25-mile-per-hour winds?
Yeah, around 25 to 30 miles per hour. That's generally been the range of those wind gusts that we've seen here in San Antonio over the past couple of hours, which is also a trend that we've seen over the past several days. Winds picking up a bit more in the evenings. And of course, when you combine that with the dry vegetation in place, as well as the dropping dew points, lower humidity in the afternoon and evening hours, of course, that creates that high fire danger as well. And something else, the heat. Again, all of South Central Texas getting into the triple digits this afternoon. 105 in town, 109 in Carrizo Springs, 110. The high temperature out west in Del Rio, they actually broke a record of 107 that was set back in the 19 60s. Right now, still warm out there, upper 80s and low 90s across the board here in San Antonio. We are not finished with the record challenging heat. Daily triple digits continue all the way through the upcoming work week, and of course that high fire danger as well. So we'll have another full look at everything that we're expecting when it comes to a very hot forecast in just a few.
Thanks, Mia. The military is facing a significant challenge as recruitment numbers continue to fall short of goals.
Yeah, each branch launching new strategies to combat that. But as Jonathan Cotto reports, though numbers are down, the armed forces are not lowering their standards.
Based on the information we have right now, all the services are struggling pretty bad.
Senior Master Sergeant Brandon Carver wouldn't say the Air Force recruiting effort is in a crisis, but they are facing large challenges.
Unfortunately, it looks like we will miss our enlisted accessions goal by about 12% this year.
The Army is expected to recruit 55,000 new soldiers this year, 10,000 short of their goal. The Navy is expected to be around 6,000 enlistees short. Carver says the Air Force aims at filling 27,000 airmen in over 130 careers.
So of that 27,000, we're currently sitting at about 20,000 airmen that we've sent to basic military training right here in Lackland.
About 10,000 airmen short for both active and reserve components. A contributing factor to the recruitment shortage, medical eligibility.
Only about 1 in 4 of our target demographic applicants are qualified based on medical law violations, those kind of things, and they need what's called a waiver.
He also says another problem is unfamiliarity.
So if you look in 1995, about 40% of all people that were able to serve either had a family member or a parent or someone in the military that they knew. If you take that to today's standards, we only have about 10%. So unfortunately, what we're seeing is just a lack of information about what we do as a military as a whole, and that's hurting us.
Although the military is facing recruitment challenges, Carver says not only is an all-volunteer force sustainable, it's vital to their success and will continue to seek out the most qualified individuals.
So there's a mindset that sometimes we're just trying to fill a number, right? And that's absolutely wrong. What we're trying to do is put the right person in the right job. We want people that are passionate about what they're doing.
While the Marine Corps and the Space Force expect to meet their numbers, the Department of Defense says the Army, Navy, and Air Force will not make enlistment goals this year. Reporting front and center, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Well, this fall, every consumer cell phone will be part of a national emergency alert test. The Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Federal Communication Commission scheduled this test for October 4th at 1:20 Central Time. FEMA and the FCC said they're testing the alert to make sure all systems are ready in case of a national emergency, and this alert needs to be sent to the public. The alert will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." End quote. This will be the second time such an alert will be tested nationwide. All radios and TVs will be tested that day too, and that test will last about a minute long.
3 people are dead and 2 more are in the hospital after an overnight shooting in Washington, D.C. Metro Police say it happened Saturday night in a neighborhood near the D.C.-Maryland border. 2 men and a woman pronounced dead at the scene. The other 2 victims rushed to a hospital. Acting Metro Police Chief Pamela Smith says there's people out there who know more about the shooting. She also says the city is not a war zone.
Let me be clear. This gun violence has to stop. It is incredibly frustrating. We know that someone in the community knows what is happening. Please reach out and provide us with any information that we can in order to ensure that our citizens, our residents are safe in their communities.
It's still unclear right now what led up to the violence there, and no arrests have been made in that shooting.
2 California women are dead and 3 others hurt after an explosion destroyed a boat. Police say it all happened while the boat was being refueled. People nearby say they heard that explosion minutes before first responders arrived. The 2 women that died were in their 60s. The other 3 people were all sent to the hospital with major burns. A San Antonio woman desperate to find her dogs was the target of a scam. Next on the Nightbeat, what she's telling other pet owners to do so this doesn't happen to them. Desperate to find her dog says she's quickly become the target of scammers. As the Night Team's Patty Santos explains, she's warning other pet owners.
So what they usually do is they'll come down this hill right here. They're country dogs. We've been here for over 2.5 years.
Caroline Kale says her 2 Labradors went for a dip in the nearby creek and never came back.
Normally, if they've ever gotten away from this area, somebody will see them.
She did what most desperate pet owners do, posted flyers with their pictures.
I first put out a sign that said cash reward.
But that's when things, she says, got weird.
I have some people calling me saying they have my dogs and it's an obscure time of the evening and they want me to go meet them somewhere to go pick them up. I live as
She got multiple texts and calls of people who wanted to claim the cash reward and claim they had the dogs. One even said they worked for the City of San Antonio Animal Care Services.
I didn't send anybody else any money because I had read about these things.
So be very wary of anybody who's asking for money before they're able to turn over your pet. Or
Lisa Norwood with Animal Care Services warns people to safeguard information about their pets and themselves when posting a missing pet flyer.
Don't include an actual 100% description of your pet.
Norwood says don't include the names of the pets, locations, your full name, or the exact reward amount. It's been 24 days since Kale's dogs disappeared, and her flyers all over town are almost sun-faded, but not her hope.
I don't know what happened to them, but I will not give up.
That was Patty Santos reporting. ACS wants to remind you to update the information on the microchip and alert the company that your pet is missing. They also encourage you to be in constant contact with the animal shelter in these cases in case your pet is picked up. We have more resources on our website, KSAT12. We'll be right back after this break.
I don't want to blame anybody for the ongoing heat situation here, but I'm looking at you, Canada. You need to get your act together, stop having things burn, and start producing us some cold fronts.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what we need.
I am so that first fall cold
Canada.
front
Place
is
the
gonna
blame
be
far away.
so wonderful whenever it finally gets here. I'm just dreaming of low humidity and the crisp fall leaves.
We won't take
through the
anything
air.
for granted. Let's just say that.
That is true. That is true. So yes, we still have yet another full week of record challenging triple-digit days. I do want to show you ERCOT supply and demand forecast because late last week you might have got a notification on your KSAT app that ERCOT issued a weather watch specifically for today and tomorrow. This is a look at the supply, which is in the blue, and demand, which are the red bars here over the next few days. And you can see that during the peak demand, which is what we're showing you here, these numbers, yeah, it'll be close at times, but supply is expected to meet the demand. So no major cause for concern at all. Just a good idea to still conserve energy, especially in the hottest part of the day. And so tomorrow is going to be another yellow day here from CPS. Of course, conserve energy between 3 to 8 p.m. if possible. Biggest thing, along with your everyday conservation measures, avoid using large appliances, especially during that time frame, to try and help out with some of that as well. Because you can see, yes, as we kick off the work week, it is going to be yet another hot one here in South Central Texas. Specifically in San Antonio, again, a few morning clouds possible, 79 for the morning low around 7 a.m. By lunchtime, we've got plenty of sunshine, a temperature of about 94. And then by about 4 to 5 o'clock, that daytime high is expected to climb to about 105 degrees. And then still very hot if you're stepping out for any evening plans. Slow to fall through the low triple digits and eventually into the upper 90s tomorrow evening. But you can see everybody yet again is expected to climb into the triple digits. 106 in Pleasanton, that forecast high, 105 in Gonzales, 106 in New Braunfels, 109 possible in Carrizo Springs, and 108 out west in Del Rio. And also what we've been talking about, yes, dew points do drop off a bit into the afternoon, which is good because that helps with the heat index value, but it's bad when we talk about the fire danger. That is still going to be elevated over the next several days. and probably in some way, shape, or form until we get some decent rain chances back into the forecast. So here are just some good fire safety reminders to kind of keep in the back of your head. No campfires or burn piles. Avoid using tools that could create sparks, especially welding. Dispose of cigarettes properly. Don't drag trailer chains behind your vehicles, and also don't park recently driven vehicles on that dry grass. Let's all do our part to help prevent the spread of any fires. Again, winds will probably kick up in the evenings yet again as well. High pressure still the main driver of our weather pattern over the next several days. So that is why our temperature trend still looks like this. 105 through Wednesday. We could bump that up a degree. Thursday and into Friday, 106. So we could tie or even break more existing record highs in the days ahead. And that is still going to continue into next weekend as well. We'll look to potentially the beginning of next week to maybe find a settle pattern change. But again, it is still way too early to talk specifics on that. So just know that that's something that we are going to be crossing our fingers for and monitoring in the upcoming week. All right, let's talk tropics. Good news is still no new tropical cyclones expected in the Atlantic basin over the next 7 days. This is Hurricane Dora out in the Pacific, a Category 4 hurricane right now. It's going to continue moving farther west, well south of the Hawaiian Islands over the next 72 hours. And then behind it, near Baja California, that's Tropical Storm Eugene. That's going to move farther up to the northwest as well. Again, for us, no issues in terms of the tropics, very quiet in the Atlantic. The big issues in the days ahead, it is just going to be more of the oppressive heat and, of course, the fire danger. So we'll be keeping eyes on both of those things very closely. Always, you can find the latest on the KSAT Weather Authority app.
All right. Thank you so much, Mia. Still to come on the Nightbeat, massive mega sharks and mutant turtles, how the newest movie stacked up against the Barbie movie at the box office. That's next.
Barbie 1.
Maybe I'll just do a little blessing of prayer to get us started on the right foot.
Haunted Mansion fell 63% in its second weekend out, dropping to 5th place with $9 million. $28 million gave Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem a 4th place debut. Oppenheimer slipped to 3rd on ticket sales of $28.7 million for a domestic total of $229 million.
This is a bad idea.
Meg 2: The Trench surfaced in 2nd place. The massive Mega Shark sequel sank its teeth into $30 million.
Closer I am to find.
I'm coming with you.
Okay. It's still a Barbie world. The film starring Margot Robbie as the iconic doll made another $53 million, giving it a domestic total of $459 million and topping $1 billion worldwide. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
$1 billion. That's crazy. The NFL preseason schedule ramps up this week with every team in action, including the Cowboys and Texans, both squads ready to face another team.
Plus, San Antonio FC picked up a huge road win last night. The Mentality Monsters were tested in Phoenix. For a preview of What's an Instant Replay, let's check in with Larry Ramirez.
They are definitely the Mentality Monsters, and it was tested last night. So SAFC fell behind 1-0 and then scored 2 second-half goals to leave Phoenix with 3 more points. Coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
Once we caught on and we settled and we realized that, okay, we can play very easily up a man, I think that's when you start seeing the opportunities being created, and lucky enough to get 2 goals and come away with the win.
Tani Oluwase is a scoring machine, and San Antonio FC is very glad he's on their side. He leads the USL Championship in goals this season, and his final one last night was just what SAFC needed to secure a win.
Once that first hit comes, I feel like everybody's going to be ready. Everybody's going to lock in.
We're just going to want to execute. Once we get out there, we just want to do our jobs. Everybody stay calm and just do what we have to do.
Tonight, we continue our KSAT Pigskin Classic previews with a game that will kick off Saturday's tripleheader. The Southside Cardinals versus the Somerset Bulldogs. The Battle of 1604 will move to the Alamo Dome off I-37. Plus, we've got no music at Cowboys camp. A Texans veteran offensive lineman protecting a rookie. The Rangers, Astros, the Missions are on a big winning streak. And a minor leaguer makes our play of the week. That and more coming up right after the Nightbeat.
And you're going to fit all that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and actually a little more than that.
Bonus material.
Yeah.
I love it.
I believe they can do it. He's got a right-hand woman now.
He does.
We'll be right back.